All right, so today we're going to be breaking down Saamir Mithwani's $1.1 million per month sales funnel. I'm not going to try to sound smart by using any kind of fancy words or anything like that. I'm just going to give you the genuine value that you came to this video for, which is how Saamir gets traffic, nurtures that traffic, and then converts that traffic into paying clients and money in his bank account. And if you don't know who Saamir Mithwani is, he's basically a person who does branded dropshipping, which is just his unique mechanism. It basically means doing dropshipping, but just slapping a brand name on whichever type of product that you sell so that you make it more lucrative and easier to sell. So I'm going to start off with breaking down Saamir's TikTok. Saamir's TikTok is one of his smallest social medias. He's only really big on Instagram. The content on his TikTok is very, very basic. It's just a lot of lifestyle content, showing off private jets, showing off expensive cars, showing off a lot of huge revenue numbers, maybe him shopping at some kind of luxury designer store. It'll also be clips from his long form videos. It'll also be clips from his podcasts. And the single most used type of video is when he goes up to a person in public, which is this video right here. He'll go up to a person in public, ask them how much he made last year, they'll guess, and then he'll give them the actual amount. It also builds a lot of authority for Saamir and gets people to trust him because he actually shows his dashboard and shows the screenshots of the money coming in. That could be 8 million from one store, 6 million from another store. The videos will consistently obviously get about 3 to 10,000 views, with every once in a while a video going pretty viral at 34,000, 21,000, 31,000 views. And you may be wondering, what are these accounts on the right? So these accounts on the right are actually a ton of clipping accounts. I'm not completely sure if they're the official clipping accounts, but these also have a considerable number of followers at 21,000, 57,000, and they're all posting the same type of clipping content. And he has also these exact same type of clipping accounts on the Instagram, which is Saamir Mithwani Lifestyle at 11,000 followers. They'll always link to the main account and then always link to the free branded dropshipping course. And a little bit of a pro tip for you guys: make sure that you actually follow your clipping accounts, because that's the best way on Instagram to make them look actually real. Because why would you be following them if they're fake? The videos are consistently generating about 1 to 5,000 views, and every once in a while when a video explodes, it'll get about 40, 50, 100,000 views, getting a lot of reach for Saamir. These clipping accounts kind of work the same way as TikTok's algorithm, which is that every once in a while a video will absolutely explode while the rest just kind of flop. And here there's another clipping account. The content is the exact same, just clips from his long form, clips from his podcast. I'm not going to bore you with that. It's basically an exact copy, but I just want to show you guys that there are a lot of these accounts. And now, speaking of accounts, all of these accounts are funneling straight into the main Instagram account, which is Saamir IR. This is his biggest social media at 258,000 followers, and dare I say is the main reason that he is so famous. So Saamir Mithwani, his name, entrepreneur, over $30 million made with e-commerce, instant bit of authority, instant bit of social proof, because like $30 million made with e-commerce, he has to know what the hell he's doing. DM me brand to start as a little bit of a DM CTA, learn how to make 7 figures with AI brand building, and then join Brandify. This is just a quick, hard CTA for the people who are actually ready to properly buy his course. It's basically the exact same content as on his TikTok. That means podcast clips, long video clips, lifestyle clips, and then he just has more of these going out in public, asking how much money did I make last year. Those kinds of videos, they're more lucrative on the Instagram, and I'm assuming that they just do better here. For the pinned videos, the main goal here is to get people to know, like, and trust you through as little amount of videos as physically possible. So for example, one of these videos will get people to know him, one of these videos will get people to like him, and one of these videos will get people to trust him. That'll be through social proof. That could be through showing off how much money he's making, just getting people to know, like, and trust you. That is the main goal of these pinned videos. And for the story highlights, what he's doing is that the first story highlight is basically how many schools he's donated to. So he's donated a lot of money to all of these schools. And first of all, obviously good on him for donating charity. But what he's actually doing here, along with that, is that he's trying to humanize himself by posting these on his story highlights. He's humanizing himself by showing that, yeah, I do donate to charity. I care about other people, instead of being just a guru who just teaches you exactly how to e-com without having their own personality. Dropship is actually a story highlight with just an absolute metric ton of screenshots, testimonials, and results that his clients have gotten, as well as the results that he's gotten, getting like 10,000 days, 20,000 days. Absolutely insane results. This is mainly really only needed on the dropshipping space, since most other business models know that the business model works. But since dropshipping is so oversaturated, Saamir is actually playing off of that and using it to his advantage by adding in this little bit of social proof that's showing how dropshipping works and how well it actually works. And it's also painting it as a very easy business model to start and scale. And lastly, the Brandify story highlight obviously is just going to be a lot of CTAs, basically a mini story sequence condensed into his story highlights. After these main three, all the other story highlights are just an absolute metric ton of lifestyle content. Dubai, China, Tokyo, Bali, all of that is just lifestyle content, building trust with Saamir and getting you to see the dreamland where you're like, I want to be in that situation where I can be spending exorbitant amounts of money on these types of things. And also makes you think that, yeah, he has to be making money from e-commerce if he's able to afford such expensive hotels, expensive experiences, and all that jazz. And there's also one last thing I need to address in his Instagram, which is the DMs. I actually DM'd him brand to start up a conversation with what is presumably his setter and see how exactly he's selling people. But basically he saw it 20 hours ago and for some reason didn't respond. I'm assuming that's because he saw my profile and was like, oh, he's probably trying to sell me something or something like that. But usually the way that this would basically go is that they would respond to you saying like, oh, are you interested in X product? And they're basically going to have a mini sales call in the DMs with you, just trying to, in the end, book you onto a call, which is one of the reasons that DMs are so effective. Like the call booking rates on DMs are extremely high, much higher than a lot of people would think. Now, speaking of call bookings, let's get into the main social media, the most important social media for nurturing and converting people into actual buying clients, or at least one of the most important social medias in the entire funnel, which is the YouTube. He has 40,000 subscribers on this YouTube channel with 946 videos. In the bio, world traveler, e-com entrepreneur, and nice guy. Very simple. In all of his social medias, he's following the exact same strategy, which is tell them something about yourself, a personal thing that is unrelated to your business, getting people to build a personal connection with you. E-com entrepreneur, showing exactly what you do, so introducing the business model so that after people see his lifestyle content, they're interested in how to do e-com. And then nice guy, which is just a little bit of humor and a little bit of what to expect from his personality going into the videos. For the videos, he's doing pretty edited videos, pretty edited thumbnails. I would definitely urge Saamir to start doing more unedited, raw, and authentic type of content instead of doing the super edited, overly fast type of content, because he'll be able to get more views because that is what's working in the info space today. But getting into the exact type of content, he's doing these unfiltered weekend in the life, day in the life, week in the life, which is just a metric ton of lifestyle content, getting people to see his face more, getting people to know him as that one rich guy, and getting people to start asking questions like, how is he making this money? How is he able to afford all of this? How can I do it too? And he follows a pretty basic formula, which is that he posts 1, 2, or 3 lifestyle videos, and then right after that, he'll post one genuinely valuable middle of funnel / bottom of funnel video. For example, he did 3 lifestyle videos, 1, 2, and then 3. And then he did a genuinely valuable video with this dropshipping course. You'll also see a lifestyle video and then a case study. And then you'll see another bit of value. So he's pretty variable with the type of content that he's posting, but he's made sure to sprinkle in those case studies. And he's also made sure to sprinkle in all of those middle of funnel videos giving genuine value. And now while we're on the topic of the YouTube, but let me break down one of the most important components of it, which are the podcasts. Podcasts are super important because they're really good for nurturing as well as reaching brand new audiences. As you can see, Saamir has taken part in quite a few podcasts, but they're not very big ones. So he's done a few podcasts on his own channel. He's taken part in the Fresh and Fit podcast, New Money Talks, and Rippy Club. Pretty small podcasts that are not very mainstream, but they're still getting quite a few views. At 23,000 views, 46,000 views. And the main goal of these podcasts is basically to nurture the audience. The reasoning is because these podcasts are extremely long. If you have a very long video, you can add in like personal touches. You can be adding in your stories, especially in these podcasts. People can get to know more about Saamir. They can get to like him more and to resonate with him more, to build a little bit of a personal connection with Saamir. And by seeing his face so many times over this 1 hour, 2 hour period of these podcasts, they are nurtured very easily. He also builds authority by giving advice to the podcast owners, especially in their respective audiences. And these podcasts always link to his product, which makes them go ahead and check out the landing page. There's a lot of people who are ready to convert and buy his course just off of one podcast. And you may have heard me constantly talking about nurturing in this video. And one of the reasons that nurturing is so important is because of the 7-11-4 rule. This was a study conducted by Google, basically stating that a prospect needs to watch 7 hours of your content across 11 different touch points across 4 different locations to finally buy your product. That just means that they obviously need to consume 7 hours of content that you are taking a part in. That's why podcasts are so effective. 11 different touch points just means that you need to fulfill this 7-hour mark across 11 different videos or 11 different locations. And that's best fulfilled due to the Reels or the TikToks because they're so short and a lot of them can be consumed very quickly. meaning there are a lot of touch points where you can consume his content. And 4 different locations is the reason that many coaches and consultants have all of these different social medias. Instagram is a location, the podcasts are a location, the X is a location, and on and on and on, especially the clipping accounts. Adding in all of these different locations makes sure that people will always see you no matter what corner of the internet they hide in. The links on the YouTube are now going to tell the viewer exactly what to do next. And so let's check those out right now. In the links, he has the Instagram, the Twitter, and the Brandify. We're going to break that down in a second. And we've already broken down the Instagram, and we've already said that he basically wants to convert people on the Instagram through the DMs, because they're extremely effective, especially if you link to the landing page right afterwards. And so the only thing that is left is to funnel people into the Twitter. On the Twitter, Saamir has 18,000 followers. So he's pretty new, but he's pretty decently big. I'm not going to bore you by repeating the same thing again and again. He's done the same type of bio, and he's linked to his YouTube because he wants to, again, make some kind of flywheel with this. The YouTube will funnel nurtured viewers into the X, where they're going to be converted because it's a primarily bottom of funnel platform, and it also has DMs. And the X will send newer, non-nurtured leads to the YouTube so that they can be nurtured and then again converted back on this platform right here or on the Instagram. For the posts, I'm not going to overcomplicate this. He obviously has a little bit of social proof on the pin post with a screenshot of $100,000 sales, saying that he is a legit e-com guru. He will post about 2 to 3 times a day, posting random tweets. For example, Aura Edit Fame, and also other funny tweets, for example. And he'll also post some kind of humorous tweets, and he'll also sometimes post seemingly random but humorous tweets, like right here. And about 50% of the time, he will give you genuine value. So that means he's trying to keep it super chill with 1 or 2 of his tweets by adding a little bit of humor. And then the other half is genuine value, keeping people interested in the X, because if he just posted random crap, nobody would really care. So chasing rejection is low-key super powerful. And then another tweet that actually goes into detail about his beliefs on a specific controversial topic. These types of tweets are really good. Let me just give you a quick analogy here. It may seem small, but this is an extremely important reason of how Saamir is using X to get insane conversions. Basically, imagine beliefs as an upside down pyramid. So people come in from here and they're going to keep going down, where less people are going to be left in the end compared to at the start. So let's say we start off with 1,000 people, and then you're going to reveal one of your beliefs right up here. If you reveal that one belief, you're going to be left with 800 people who resonate with that specific belief. Then let's say you reveal another belief. At this point, this one is even more controversial. So you're going to be left with only 400 people, and so on and so forth. And this is just going to keep going on and on until the end, where you finally revealed almost all of your beliefs. And of course, people cannot be exactly the same as you, so they might be against a few of your beliefs, but the vast majority of your beliefs they agree to. That means that even if you're left with only 100 people at the end compared to the 1,000, these 100 people are absolutely ravenous fans of you. They are frothing at the mouth to throw their money at you. That might be a little bit of an exaggeration, obviously, but they are ready to throw their credit card at you at any time. They trust you enough to fork over $5,000 to $10,000 like it's no big deal. And that's the group that all these big e-com gurus like Saamir are always targeting. They need that specific group to be on a specific social media. That's why X is so powerful, because it's usually filled with just people that fill into that criteria. This is the final point where people can finally convert into Brandify, where they actually check out the link and they're actually genuinely ready to buy. But Saamir is not completely off the hook yet, because he still needs to convert them and give them that solace that they will actually achieve their goals. If he messes this up, all of his previous efforts in his social medias will all be wasted. How complete beginners are using AI brand building, this is his unique mechanism, as I said before, to create 6- and 7-figure e-commerce brands. This is the goal. It's creating 6- and 7-figure e-com brands. That is the dreamland that people want to get to, and then faster than ever before, which means that this is the time frame. It is faster, it is quicker. So this is a very compelling offer, aka the same strategy I'm using to run multiple 7-figure build to sell brands today. A little bit of social proof, how he's running multiple 7-figure build to sell brands with just this framework that he is giving away. People are interested at this point. And so that's why they're going to sit through this 22-minute VSL. And yes, this is a really long VSL. The reason that Saamir is doing this is basically that dropshipping has a lot going against it right now, because it's like one of the most saturated markets, maybe other than SMMA. People are flocking to dropshipping, and it's basically the only thing people think of when they think online business. And that's a really bad name to have. That's why he needs to differentiate himself from dropshipping And that's why he's not following the same script of a conventional VSL. Although a normal VSL will go into an introduction, obviously, go into pain points and then solution driving and then presenting a solution, instead, Saamir has to go in a very roundabout way, where instead of going into the problems or into the pain points, he explains why exactly what he does, which is, of course, AI brand building, is actually different from dropshipping, because this is a very, very big objection that he needs to handle, because a lot of people think that dropshipping is very saturated. And so only after he handles this objection can he actually go into addressing the pain points of the audience. And of course, after that, since he's already presented his solution here and explained why it's so different, he can't really go into the solution here as well. So for this entire VSL, it's kind of like a mix of him explaining the solution, why it's so good, but it's also him fighting the tide of people going against him, saying, oh, dropshipping's dead, or this objection or that objection. And so that's why this VSL had to drag on so long. Why AI brand building is the best opportunity of the decade. He'll go into 3 reasons, which are very general reasons. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, this is not like really bad. It still works. It's just not as effective as it could be. Then you'll see a CTA, apply for brand apply today. Are other people actually making money with AI brand building? He's just going to show you an absolute wall of screenshots and testimonials. But the thing is, I would like for him to add in a few video testimonials, because although screenshots do work well, the variety in the testimonials just generally makes them more believable. So you could add in a few audio testimonials, video testimonials. You could even add in some normal text testimonials, and that would make it a bit more effective as well. But yeah, that was Saamir Mithwani's $1.1 million per month sales funnel, broken down into the nitty gritty. I really like the way that Saamir has structured this funnel. And as I said before, he's done 85% of the work. He just has that last 15% to go with optimizing the social proof, optimizing his bios maybe, and getting on a few more bigger podcasts, and maybe even optimizing the way that he makes his content, making it a bit more raw and authentic. He could definitely learn a little bit from Samuel Onaha. And if you haven't checked that video out, go ahead and check it out up here. And so as I said before, if you'd be interested in working with me, go ahead and check the first link down below where you can book in a free funnel analysis call. We'll go over how your funnel is working right now. We're going to go over exactly what conversion leaks there are and how we can fix them in the shortest time as physically possible. I might even implement a few of my paid strategies into your funnel for completely free. So as I said before, if you're interested in that, go ahead and check the first link down below. It'll take about 3 minutes. You're not going to waste any of your time, and you'll be thanking yourself later for doing it. And if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to watch another one of my videos, first of all, I'm flattered. And second of all, go ahead and check this one out right here, because YouTube thinks that you'll like it. Go ahead and check the whole funnel breakdowns playlist out right here, where there's about $500,000 of literally just pure value. And you can click this button right here to leave a like and subscribe, which I would appreciate. Hoping to see you in this next video. Goodbye.